What were you doing during your teenage years? And if you're a teenager, what are you doing with your life? We chat to Jack and Sam Shields, a duo from Cape Town who developed video games, and they're still in their teens. So age and location really is no excuse for not being awesome. Really. Plus we check out the scores for Team South Africa versus Finland in the Battlefield Clan Nations Cup.
This is the news on Gamezone TV.
The Witcher 2 is coming to consoles. If you're a die-hard console fan and haven't played The Witcher 2, now is your opportunity. The time is now. Now is the time. It's time. A lot of consoles are very difficult to develop for at launch. The PlayStation 3 was a prime example of that, and that hampers the overall experience because a lot of the games that come out when it's launched are a little under par or sometimes extremely crap. According to Team Ninja's Yosuke Hayashi, this won't be the case with the Wii U. We really hope so. We're really looking forward to a great product from Nintendo. PlayStation Vita games will be selling cheaper on the digital front. That's right, they're going to be 10% cheaper digitally as opposed to buying a full retail hard copy. So that's going to be around about 50 South African bucks, which is worth it if you're going to still buy the game. I don't know if it's going to push console so much, but shot Sony. We have Knife Media here in our studio apartment. And they have a very inspirational story. They're 17 and 18-year-olds from Cape Town, and they've been developing games and winning tons of awards. Welcome, and can you quickly tell us your inspirational story?
Yeah, well, we started when we were about, I think 11 years old, and we've always been with computers. We used to work with Macromedia, Flash, Dreamweaver, that kind of stuff. And we just started getting into game development because it was a natural progression. You know, I was always interested in how they do it. And so we just started working with very basic software and entered competitions. And we started winning, which is really cool. So we moved forward very quickly, and that's when we realized actually, this is something that we can do seriously and actually make some money from.
You have a new game coming out. It's It's called Red. Can you tell us more about it and why it's going to be such a big deal to you guys?
Well, I think it's the first time that we've actually sat down and made a game properly. Like, it's the first time we've used our skills in the correct way to make something that we're actually really like proud of, you know. So it's really a culmination of just years of experience. And Red is a top-down shooter for iPad, Mac, and iOS. And it's going to be coming out in the next couple of months. And it's very unique. It's got a very developed art style, so it's very vibrant. It's got lots of paint splashing around the place. And we think it's special because it takes the genre and it packages it in a very nice way for iOS users. So it's very fast, the gameplay changes a lot. And yeah, we're just really happy to finally make a proper polished product. Yeah, and we're hoping to have it available in the next month or two on the iOS App Store.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your game development history and some of your achievements that you've made?
I started with this little tank game. It was called Tiny Tanks. It was pretty terrible, but I entered this competition for indie game developers, and you win a 9-month license for this better game engine. And so I got it. I came 20th, and then shortly after that, I think Jack kind of stepped in, and then we just started doing it together. And then
yeah,
we went on to enter Unity Awards.
Yeah, the Unity Awards. So we entered a couple of games. The first one was called Rush, and it was kind of a survival turret game. So you just have lots of enemies coming towards you, you know. And that we made it through the qualifying stages, which was cool. But I mean, obviously we didn't win. And the next game was Oddball, which is a 3D kind of puzzle platformer where you play as a little sphere. Obviously it was quite basic at the time, but it had a nice art style. It was all sort of hand-drawn. I did all the textures hand-drawn. It was really cool. And that became also as a runner-up. And then in 2009 we released it was kind of a masterpiece at the time. It was a game called Choma, which is a very colourful kind of Little Big Planet style platformer. And that game, actually, we were among the top 13 out of the whole competition, out of like 130 entries. So it was just the most absolutely incredible moment, you know, just to get to that stage where you're actually recognized for what you do. You're actually affirmed by other people. And so it was actually that pushed us into making games actually for iOS and actually making money, you know. So I'm very, very thankful that they gave us that award. It really helped.
You guys are rather young. Do you have any inspirational stories you can tell kids that are younger than you, that are in school potentially and want to make this a career and develop games for a living?
Well, for young guys who want to start this, they should just kind of download a game engine maybe and just kind of pick away at it, fool around. That's how I got to know JavaScript and programming like that. Yeah. It's about like just having the passion for it, because you can't do this if it's not your passion, because it's hard work. Like, I mean, you know, you're going to be there for a long time just having absolutely no clue about what you're doing. You need to be serious.
You need to be pretty serious about it, you know. So obviously you've got to have that passion, and you've also got to have the kind of the drive to keep going, like, you know, because I mean our first few games they weren't great looking back, but I mean now we can actually see there were stepping stones to making something really great, and that's what we feel we're doing with Red.
Now it's time for community stuff.
MWeb have done it again, offering tons to the local gaming scene. If you're a Battlefield Play for Free or Battlefield Heroes player, you are going to be super stoked with the upcoming news. You'll be happy to know that MWeb Gamezone, in partnership with Multiplay, has set up local South African servers for those games. They're free to play, so definitely worth checking out. Team South Africa played against Finland last week in the Battlefield 3 Clan-Based Nations Cup. We didn't do very well, but like the strong sportsmen we are, took it like a man. Rian Ezekiel Frey, the manager for Battlefield 3 Team South Africa, described the Finnish playstyle as out of this world and fantastic. Next time, guys, check out the full round in the link below. Shop for watching this week's Gamezone TV. Everything we've chatted about is in the link below. You can click on those links and read on the full article if you are interested. Have a fantastic gaming weekend. I love your faces, kisses. Bye.